Greetings, my name is Pat Murphy. I want to show you how to, or how I use this seed separator for milkweed. This is actually Asclepias incarnata, which is actually I'm finding a little bit more difficult than Asclepias speciosa, but it still works pretty good. It's not perfect. So what I have here, this is the lid that would go on here. This is a filter. Vacuum is attached to here, and what it does is it sucks air into these little tubes that are set in here to cause everything to spiral. These blocks of foam are meant for the seed to kind of run into. And eventually the seed separates, falls to the bottom, the fluff comes to the top, kind of accumulates here. Frequently has seed with it. I can kind of mix it up and run it through a second time, and sometimes that helps make it a little bit more efficient. So what I do is I store the fluff in here, and then the seed capsules all have to be separated out by hand. So initially I can grab a bunch of fluff and seed, put it in here, and there'll be a lot of seed capsules, and what I like to do is sort of crack them open a little bit, just get the process sort of started, because some of them are pretty tight and won't exactly open up very well. And then I add my special sauce, which is little chunks of foam that sort of add to the overall impact of everything. Kind of beat things up a little bit better, so we'll get started. What I have on the lid, this can be set down to really seal tightly, but it's really hard to disconnect, so I just sort of press down. This is to adjust the vacuum, so I can reduce the vacuum or increase the vacuum. So we'll get started. Of course, you won't be able to hear anything once this starts. You won't be able to see in here, but I can. I don't know if you see the things are spiraling in there. Shake it up a little bit, reduce the vacuum, and then I can see the little wad collected on the filter. If I reverse the vacuum, it pulls that off, and then it gets a chance to sort of mix it up again. Sort of beats it up. And then we go again. Now I'm just going to let it run for a few minutes. Shake it up a little bit, let it run. Pull it off. You can kind of see. I'll let it stick to it so you can see. On the cone, you can see it's still got some seed in it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just sort of mix it up, lift it up. As you can see, this is kind of messy. You wouldn't want to do this indoors. fluff off and store it in this white bucket, small white bucket. You can see I've already collected some, and you can see that there is still some seed in there, but maybe this can be distributed. This gets the bulk of it out. So I'm going to pull off the fluff. You see there's still some seed in there. If I wanted to fiddle with it a lot more, I could. Cover this back up. And then what you see I have in here is a lot of the seed outer capsules, and there's a lot of seed on the bottom that has been separated out. So what I'm going to do is just pull out some of the seed capsules. Occasionally I'll find one that never really got totally broken open, like this one, and I'll just crack it open and dump it off like that. And it can get beat up in the next round. So I'll just add some more. And once again, like I said, it's best if I kind of mash these up a little bit. Put the lid back on and run another round. So you can see this has not a lot of seeds, but still a bunch of little seeds in there. So I'll mix it up one more time. So I'll typically run these 2 or 3 times. What I'm going to do is stop the camera, and after I run a few rounds, I'll show you the final product of about 2 or 3 rounds of this. So I've run about 3 or 4 rounds of this, and you can kind of see what I end up with. Hopefully you can see in there. And the next step is just to pull the seed capsules out. So usually I can just shake a little bit. They'll float to the top. And I'll just go through them one by one, make sure they aren't holding a bunch of seed. Most of them aren't, but occasionally you'll get something like this. It probably never really fully matured, but it's got seeds in it. So I'll just break it up and throw it back in. The rest of these, just one by one, pull them out. Here's another one that didn't get fully opened, so I'll just dump it. There's seeds stuck in them, I'll just shake them out. There's one that had some in it. There's a couple that didn't get open. Empty them and dump them. See that most of them are getting kind of opened up, but not all. So I'm going to finish cleaning out just the this one batch, and then I'll come back and show you how much seed is left. So after a little bit of cleaning, this is what you end up with. I don't know where you're going to be able to see this. It's still got some of the central kind of styles. I don't know if they're called styles, but and I can just pull those out. Usually just shaking it, they tend to eventually kind of float to the top. You can clean it out a little bit better that way. So that's how much seed you get, how much seed capsule you get, and this is how much fluff you get. And you can see there's still some seed inside of there, but you know, I could work that some more, but it's hardly worth it. And that could actually be distributed on its own because it'll have some seed in it. And that's it.